Hey, welcome to the Sports Reverends podcast. We are back. It's just me, Sports Reverend Dan, and the coach. Today, we are down a man. As you know, Sports Reverend Drew has a new child, so we're giving him lots of grace. Even though I'm working with a new puppy, I guess it's not the same level, but...
You guess, please.
Okay, yes, you're right. It's not the same level. And my wife won't be listening to this, so she's not going to care. So, let's get into some of the sports stuff around the sports world, sports news. Wait, Coach, how you doing?
Coach is a little tired. New job's looking tough, but my villa here in
the mountainous, sunny Winnipeg.
Sunny in the mountains, you know. Things are good, man. How about you?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Like I said, new pup in the house has been a little bit of a life change. Kind of like it's up every 2 hours, so I'm also a little bit tired. But let's get into some sports news quick hitters. The Pac-12 will play a 7-game slate starting in November.
Depending on your point of view, fortunately or unfortunately, Mike D'Antoni and Tyrone Lue are the top candidates for the 76ers head coaching job.
Sadly, Christian McCaffrey has been put on the injured reserve and will miss a minimum of 3 games and is expected to be out for 4 to 6 weeks.
Unfortunately, Gale Sayers, a Chicago Bears legend, has passed away this past week.
He is a legend. He might have one of the best running back individual game stats of all time. It was ridiculous.
Wow.
I'll put that up on one of our posts one of these days. Sean Payton, John Gruden, Vic Fangio, Pete Carroll, Kyle Shanahan have all been fined for not wearing masks, bringing the total of $1.75 million in fines due to mask-related things. That's ridiculous. That's a lot of money. I hope the NFL isn't just pocketing that and is going to put it to somewhere good, because logically, to me, you know, there's 55 plus players plus all the staff aren't wearing masks. Just the coach has to wear masks. I don't know. Just
it's all about perception.
I guess so.
Business.
Let's hear a word from our sponsors.
Have you thought about what you're going to do when you're done working? Do you feel that you have to work till 65 and over? Do you have investments that just are currently underperforming your expectations? If you're looking to make a life change, if you're looking to get your life back on track in terms of your fiscal goals and whatever you want to do with your life, check us out at www.traintoinvest.com. We are in the business of teaching you how to trade and how to make a profit in the market, and also how to mitigate the market when things go down. Unlike your broker, the best person who cares about your money is you, and we want to teach you how to do it. So again, visit us at www.traintoinvest.com. That's www.train2invest.com.
Okay. We're going to lead with our best this evening. And that means we're starting in the National Basketball Association. So, Coach, where are we going to start here? I think we're going to start.
Let's start with the third greatest Canadian to impact basketball. First, James Naismith.
Yes.
Second, Steve Nash.
Whoa. 2-time MVP?
And third, Jamal Murray.
Wow.
Hey, that's the list, bro.
That's bold. I don't know if I'm on board for that yet.
Why? Name me another Canadian who's better than Steve Nash.
No one.
That's what I'm saying. Top 3 Canadians.
Oh, but you just put Steve Nash as number 2.
Yeah.
Who's better than Steve Nash?
James Naismith for creating basketball.
Okay.
Without James Naismith, there's no Steve Nash. Let's be real.
Okay.
Oh, God,
I can get on board with that.
Yeah.
I can get on board with that. I've never really heard that take before.
Gotta get on my level.
With that.
Gotta get on my level.
And speaking of Canadian basketball, let's just start there, okay?
Yes.
We're starting with Jamal Murray, but that kind of shows what Canadian basketball is all about. Is Jamal Murray going to play for Team Canada? And what do you think the future is for Canada basketball?
Yeah, that's a great place to start. If you don't mind, as the old man of this team here, it's been a long time since I've actually been excited about Canadian basketball. A lot of times you hear about good prospects, they go to the States and then they become naturalized and it's like, oh, we're American ballers, whatever. Jamal Murray, and there's a lot of young guys on Team Canada who are balling out right now. And while I don't think personally we can beat the U.S. because, I mean, that's the U.S. They got amazing players.
Wait.
Go on.
Unless it's a Greg Popovich coach team that came in last place just the last time around.
With no training. Give me a break. No, anyways, my point being, Canada basketball is on the rise, both on a national level in terms of in the world, but also just across the nation. And that's so cool to see. And I think there's a lot of hope and excitement for Team Canada. You know, as much as Andrew Wiggins has underperformed in the NBA, he hasn't played for Team Canada ever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, got Jamal Murray, right? There's a bunch of guys who, when they put them on the court together, are just going to hoop out. And I can definitely see them. I mean, expectations might be a little high for me to say this, but a medal for sure. Why not? I think it's achievable.
Oh, 100%.
That's exciting. I mean, it's like the Raptors win the NBA championships. We have, you know, Team Canada meddling. Like, if you told me that 20 years ago, I would have been like, give me a break.
Big time.
Give me a break. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it is definitely on the rise. There's so many, not only already so many good core players for Canada basketball. Let's not forget SGA.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
RJ Barrett, obviously. I know Powell from the Mavericks. He's hurt right now, but he's solid. Got Kelly Olynyk.
The only thing about RJ is that he's going to get screwed with Tom Thibodeau.
Yeah, that's going to be tough.
That's a tough situation. But, yes.
But Wiggins went through it.
He's Canadian. We like him. Nick Nurse is a great coach.
Nick Nurse, exactly. Elite coaching.
Yes.
So and what I was going to say is that there are many prospects that are on the way.
Yeah.
And they're not just second rounders or late first rounders. There's some high level prospects on the way. So that's going to be exciting for Canada basketball. Now, it's going to be led by a guy named Jamal Murray.
For now, yeah.
So Jamal Murray, let's just start with him. Where do you rank Jamal Murray?
Man, in the
NBA now.
In the NBA or just point guards right now?
Point guards now. Sorry.
I think we go point guards. You know, I don't think anyone foresaw him making this leap this year. Like, you know, Devin Booker, people expect to make the leap because he's been balling out for a while. He's just played on a crappy team. But Jamal Murray, he kind of sniffed greatness last year. But it was just, you know, just a slight aroma. You know, it's like when you have coffee roasting downstairs and you kind of slightly smell it from upstairs. Right now, we're getting a full French press with this kid. It's unreal. If I had to rate him, man, that's tough. You got Steph, who's up there. Dame. I guess if you count Ben Simmons, you got to put him up there too.
He's not better than Jamal Murray.
I'm not saying he's better. I'm just putting like the top point guards out there.
I'm going like, you say Steph, you say Dame. Name one more point guard better than Jamal Murray right now.
Man, I don't know. That's a tough one. Because the Clippers don't have a point guard. Not that it mattered. Kyle Lowry is a great point guard, but he's not top 10.
Top 5. Well,
maybe he's top 10.
Top 10. Yeah.
He's
Definitely
old.
top 10.
Yeah,
the thing is he's old, aging.
Yeah, he's aging.
Same thing with Chris Paul.
Yeah, he's aging.
Westbrook
has been terrible. I don't know. Let's not even talk about it. It's just gonna get me riled up.
It's just terrible.
What about Doncic?
Is Doncic a point guard?
I don't know. He's a point forward. Feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're putting Doncic as a point guard, then yes, he's right there above Jamal Murray.
I think honestly, I'd be safe to say top 5.
Hands down top 5.
Kyrie?
No.
Ooh.
Definitely no.
Ooh. Based on stats alone, that's a tough one.
Based on stats alone, let me tell you, okay? Jamal Murray right now is having the most proficient offensive
output
in playoff history. No, not among point guards, not in the last decade, in history.
Yeah.
So when you look at we'll start in the clutch factor, okay? There's a stat of clutch shooting, which is within 5 points and 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, okay?
Yeah.
You look at MJ, you look at Kobe, even Kawhi, look at Steph Curry, okay?
Yeah.
No one is shooting as high of a clutch percentage as Jamal Murray.
Okay.
Wait, I'm not even close to being done. Hold on here.
Hold on. Let me just
go ahead.
Here's the thing. Yes, he's done amazing, but the sample size is tiny. Come on.
It's a playoff run. I'm saying single playoff runs. This is Michael Jordan at its peak.
Okay. All right.
I think he hit 49% or something as his clutch shot percentage. Jamal Murray's at 72, almost 73.
All right. You keep going. Keep going.
Now there's another number, another stat out there. It's the 180 stat. Do you know what the 180 stat is?
Enlighten us, please.
Okay. So elite shooters shoot 90% from the free throw line.
Yes, sir.
50% from the
2-point.
Yeah, and 40% from
3. The 50-40-30 club.
Right? So 90-50-40.
Yeah. 50-40, yeah.
Yeah. So that's so okay, so 90-50-40. Jamal Murray, okay?
Yeah.
Is in the 90%, is in that club easily, okay? And I'll just say this. Steph Curry at his peak was 182 altogether of that 180 club. Jamal Murray is in a league of his own. He's at 185 point something. I don't even know.
Which is wild.
He's wild. And that includes it has to be at least 5 3-pointers, at least 10 games.
There's some
these kinds of things. So this is like legitimate, okay?
Before you go any further.
Yeah.
You know who was like kind of the starter of that 90-50-40 club?
Who?
Steve Nash.
Oh, yeah.
He kind of brought, there was people before him, obviously, but because Steve Nash was so efficient, he brought it to the forefront and it kind of became a thing that Bill Simmons started to look out for and all those kind of guys. Like, right. So that's kind of cool. And
to be in 90-50-40, you're elite right there. But to be the top of it
is amazing.
That because the efficiency from the 3-point line is incredible. So
it looks like it's just going in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's the thing, though, with the stats, that's all good and dandy, but there's only one number that counts.
Championships.
Amen.
But okay, so
but I don't want to be down.
Go ahead.
I don't want to be a downer. I think it's great. I'm really excited to see Jamal Murray play.
And I honestly, I don't care that Drew wants Denver and chose them to win the whole thing. That's not the bigger issue to me. Right now, I need Denver to just beat LeBron James because I don't think most likely Miami can do it.
Can you look? Here's the thing. LeBron James is the absolute best player in the world. Okay? He's amazing.
Yeah.
To be that old and play like 17, 18 seasons and just dominate that entire run. Yeah. He's amazing. And looking at LeBron James's body of work, phenomenal.
For sure.
Okay? But the biggest but for me of why I don't like LeBron James is all the worship that goes into LeBron James. He makes a simple bounce pass. That has to be the best bounce pass in the entire world.
Oh, yeah.
Grabs, 10 rebounds, gets it tripped up. He got tripped up in the last game, and they still lost. What does that tell you about this Lakers team?
Big time.
LeBron James is amazing. But the hero worship of LeBron James is terrible because what? He's 3-9 in the champs.
Three wins, 6 losses. Yeah.
Yeah, so 3 for 9.
Yeah.
That's 33%.
Yep.
That's terrible.
That's about his free throw percentage as well.
So, if LeBron were to win, we would be the first guy to win championships on 3 different teams.
Yep.
That should have been Kawhi, my guy. Should have been. But it's LeBron. And it would just be, ESPN would just be, Brian Windhorst would just be blowing so much smoke for LeBron.
And Brian Windhorst could blow a lot of smoke.
He can. It would be ridiculous. Look at, like, LeBron was upset that he got second place in MVP voting.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Giannis had a better season.
They also put together a report to the NBA that LeBron's not getting enough foul calls.
How whiny is that?
That's very whiny.
This is like when you play ball with against like a group of kids on a regular basis, and you know there's the one guy who's just better than everybody. He knows it. Yeah, definitely you. He knows it. Everybody knows it. But he still calls the tic-tac fouls.
Yeah.
He still calls the out of bounds and all that kind of stuff. That's just ridiculous. And he fights about it. Yeah. And it's a guy you don't want to play with.
Yeah.
And at every YMCA, every men's pickup ball, there's that one guy.
Oh, yeah.
Who's always just like nitpicking about everything. It's just like, bro, I got to go home eventually. Let's just play. That's how I feel LeBron is. It's like nothing's ever good enough because it's not his narrative. So Jamal Murray, I know you're not going to be watching this. You probably have no idea who we are. But we're praying for you. For your health. For your success. And we need this, bro. We need this.
Do it for Canada, bro.
For Canada.
But, okay. LeBron.
Okay, go on.
Let's just say LeBron wins his 4th.
Ugh. Big eye roll.
Which is, honestly, it's looking that way. As much hope as I have in Jamal Murray and Jokic, that's going to be tough.
It's tough.
But, okay, LeBron wins his 4th. Where do you change your ranking on him?
In terms of what?
Well, you had a top 10 rankings of all time.
Look, I will go down on this hill. No one's ever, in my mind, no one's ever going to top MJ.
Yeah.
Never. If LeBron wins number 4, he probably moves to second, I would imagine. Because of all the individual awards.
Yeah.
As well. But there is no one in my mind who's going to change the way Jordan did because no one's going to have the same opportunity. Jordan made basketball, this little North America thing, into a global phenomenon. LeBron changed the game by taking the power away from the owners and give it to more to the players, for sure. But as a fan, I don't care about that.
No.
But as a fan of basketball, if I'm living in 1992 and I'm in Barcelona, what do you think I'm doing? I'm doing everything I possibly can to get USA tickets.
Big time.
I will sell my kid. I will sell my house. I will sell all that stuff to go see Michael Jordan play. Because YouTube wasn't a thing.
Nope.
League Pass wasn't a thing. Streaming stuff wasn't a thing. Games are on tape delay. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
You stay up late. You watch your crappy 480p TV.
Yeah.
Max 32 inches. And you just revel in the glory that is Michael Jordan.
It's true.
Right? So, I mean, yes,
LeBron for many, Michael Jordan was a plague. Okay?
That's true.
Dominated.
That's true. But LeBron hasn't stopped that many guys from winning rings. I would say the Warriors have done more to destroy ring hopes than LeBron. Now, LeBron did run the East for forever.
Yeah.
Which is
but
fair.
The East was just so weak at the time, too.
But that was just some poor team building.
Yeah.
Honest. And that still exists today. But anyways.
Yeah, I definitely have LeBron. I had him at 6, so I'm definitely moving him up. I would move him to 3.
Who's the number 2 again?
I have Kobe, number 2, with 5 championships, though.
That's fair. That's a tough one.
And I like I love to say and preach the defensive end of basketball that Kobe and MJ are a level above. LeBron could be there, but he doesn't choose to be there. Okay. So who wins tonight? Oh, wait. Anything else on Murray and Jokic?
I think Jokic is the key to the series.
Yeah.
Because in game 1, when he was passive and didn't move, boom, blown out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
Game 2, him and Murray started to figure out the pick and roll. He started moving more, taking a bit of a quicker shot, attacking the rim on weak side dives. Bang. Success. Rest game 3, forget about it. So Jokic, if he plays as intelligently as he can, this is going to be a close series.
And it goes back to what we talk about a lot is Jokic controls the pace of play for the Nuggets.
Yeah.
Right? He's like their point guard almost. So
absolutely.
I like that. So who wins tonight? Game 4. The Lakers are up 2-1. They play in about 10 minutes. Who wins tonight?
I think Nugs tied up.
Nugs tied up. So like if you're cheering for the Nuggets, do you want them to tie it up or do you want them to go down 3-1? Because it just seems that they know how to when their backs are against the wall, they're unstoppable.
Risky. I would rather them win in 6 than stretch it out to 7. Okay. Because testing fate twice is real tough.
3 times.
Right.
They're down 3-1 on the Jazz.
That's right. Testing fate the 3rd time would be really tough.
Yeah.
And
what's that saying? Fool me once.
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. No, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me a 3rd time, I'm a fool. Yeah. I don't know. I'm making that up at this point.
Something like that.
But yeah, I don't know. Who are you picking?
Yeah, I think I'm going Nuggets too. I don't know if it's more selfish or bias. I just want more of this basketball. The other series, Celtics and Heat, are so boring. Lakers and Denver is exciting. So I want more NBA basketball. So I'm going Nuggets to extend the series. Let it go to 7. Let it go.
Yeah. If it goes to 7, Miami might have a better chance.
Well, do they?
Hey man, let's talk about the Heat.
Okay. So it's pretty clear that the Heat are going to win the series. They're up 3-1. Even though, for fun, a useless fact here, the series is, if you accumulate all the score, it's tied 441 points to 441 points. But the Heat are up 3-1.
Which is just execution at this point.
Yes. So I thought, with the random 3 days off that they got, I don't know why they got that.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you exactly why. They were going to be playing Monday. Okay. And the idea was you play Monday before Monday Night Football because overlords at Disney own ABC and ESPN. Okay. So ABC is committed to Monday Night Football. You're not putting basketball on against Monday Night Football.
True.
As much as I love basketball, Monday Night Football is a thing. Right? It's just its own thing.
So then, I'm just saying, why wouldn't they then move the Lakers and Nuggets first?
Number two, so they don't want to go against football. Number 2, they didn't want the Eastern Conference to be done so quickly in terms of games because already the Western Conference is starting later. The Heat and Celtics have played more games, right? So they wanted to slow it down, make it more even, so they could probably go 1-1-1-1-1. You know what I mean?
I guess so.
But it's all about the Benjamins, baby. All about the Benjamins.
Okay. Heat Celtics, we're pretty certain that the Heat are going to win. I was just going to say about the 3 games off. I thought that was going to be better for the Celtics because of Gordon Hayward. But clearly the Heat just, you give Spoelstra that much time.
Figured it out. The penetration of Gordon Hayward,
gone. Just wow. It came down to also come on, Tatum woke up in the second half. He forgot to play the first half. Drops 28 in the second half.
0 points in the first half.
So you're not gonna
you can't game for that. They can't plan for that.
Yeah. So, it is what it is. The Celtics, they're still young. They're still gonna be good, but this series is pretty much done. I'm putting a fork in it.
We'll see.
So Celtics versus either the Nuggets. I mean, the Heat versus either the Nuggets or the Lakers.
Yeah.
What are we looking at here?
I think if the Heat play the Nuggets, Jokic will destroy everybody.
Yeah.
Jokic will destroy everybody, sorry. Because he is one of the few centers who actually has a post game.
Yep.
And there's no one really on the Heat who has the bulk to match him.
Kelly Olynyk? Nope.
No.
He'll do better than Bam.
Yeah.
Bam will struggle.
Absolutely. Just based on size.
Yeah.
Now, if the Lakers win, I think Bam can guard AD well enough.
Ooh. That's tough.
Well, not to shut him down. I'm not going to say shut him down.
Yeah. No one's going to shut
life hard, right?
Yeah.
Because you start pushing AD towards the free throw line jumpers, little out of bounds, like side jumpers that are a guy in his face versus the wide open three he got at the end of that second game against the Nuggets. It's a different story.
I just think like AD struggles more with someone who's beefy. You know what I mean?
No, because Bam is strong, man. He's not going to be just pushed over. It's different. Their weights are closer than Jokic versus Bam, right?
I know. I'm just saying. I just feel like AD is going to eat Bam alive.
Ooh, I see. Here's the thing. AD to me has done well this playoffs.
Great. No, excellent.
Okay. He's done. Sorry. Oh, no. He's done what he should be doing.
Yeah. What we expected.
Yeah.
But clearly he's the best player on the team to me.
But he has not shown in his 8+ years in the NBA that he's a killer. He's not a closer. And this is his chance to prove us all wrong. For sure. But then there's also the case of him being with LeBron. But if AD comes out and comes into the finals and isn't scared, isn't nervous, it's over.
Yeah.
But if Bam can just get his head just a little bit, if ESPN decides to write one negative article about the Lakers, just one, things could turn. That's just what look.
Well, I don't know. Who's stopping LeBron?
You got Butler who can play LeBron. Look, Jimmy will, gives up size, but he's tenacious.
Too small.
He's a bigger version of Rondo.
Rondo had 1 quarter of good defense. Stop it.
But, no. But Rondo has played good defense when he was younger.
Oh, yeah. Okay. It's been like 5 years. 6 years.
I'm just saying, like, he's a pesky,
9 years.
He's a pesky defender.
Okay. Well,
right?
of.
What do you mean, kind of?
Well, he played even this whole playoff series. It hasn't been his defense. He had 1 good quarter, which was the 4th quarter of last game, where he had 3 steals, and everyone's like, "Whoa, Rondo's this great defender!" Okay. Hey,
no, I'm talking about Butler. I'm talking about Butler.
Oh yeah, Butler. Yeah, Butler is a great defender.
Rondo. Okay, if you ask John Brothers, a different story.
Yeah, I'll tell John Brothers. I'll tell him.
Well, we gotta get him on here.
Yeah, he's supposed to be.
John, this is your call out. We're coming for you
next week.
I think the matchup favors the Heat against the Lakers more than it does against the Nuggets.
Wait, what?
So I think the Heat have a better chance of beating the Lakers than they do the Nuggets.
Wow, really?
Yeah, because it all turns on AD. You can let LeBron get 40, get 10 and 10. I don't care. But if you can bother AD into a tough shooting night, different story.
If I'm the Nuggets, I'm thinking I just beat the Clippers. I just beat the Lakers. Yeah, I'm gonna handle the Heat.
You think it's overconfidence?
I think you need that to a level. And Lakers, I don't know. I just don't see the Heat. I think this is the final. The Western Conference Final is the final.
That's what we've been saying the whole year.
Pretty much. The narrative being the Clippers and Lakers, not the Nuggets and Lakers.
Yeah. No one saw the Nuggets except for Drew.
The cool thing about the Heat also like the Celtics and the Raptors. I see so many similarities with those 3 teams. They have elite coaches, and they have talent that is mostly drafted. The Heat brought in Butler. And the Celtics brought in Hayward. The Raptors don't get to bring anyone in, but that's okay.
They brought in Kawhi.
And then and we won. And then he's gone.
Mistake.
But I meant more from free agency.
Yeah.
It's very cool because they build their teams from the ground up. They have great I'm not sure about the Heat G League team, but the Celtics G League team is excellent. It's pretty cool. Actually, the coach, when I was in Thunder Bay, Ontario, the coach at Lakehead University was pulled to coach for the G League in Boston. And he did very well. He's doing well for himself. He's still there. Say again?
That's a big jump.
Big jump from CIS Lakehead University to NBA G League. I don't know how that worked, but he did it, and he's doing well. And their farm system is great, and they're building from within. That is what has led to depth in their teams. And you see teams like the Lakers struggle with depth. They're not deep at all.
Oh, they just bought everybody.
Yeah. So that's the one thing the Heat have going for them. Look at Tyler Hero.
Yep.
37 points last night. He's got a better rookie playoff year than Dwayne Wade, technically, stats wise. Yep. So that's something.
There's this video of a young Heat fan, and they drafted Tyler Hero, and he just loses his mind. He's like, "Who is this kid? What are we doing? We're wasting the draft pick." So I think the Score put it up again this year. And then at the bottom, they're like, "I bet you this kid knows who Tyler is now." And I think you look at the different ways to build a team. There's 3 ways. Okay. One is the New York Sacramento way, which is complete ineptitude. You have no plan. You have no idea.
Yeah.
2, you draft one superstar, and you just collect a bunch of other superstars.
Right.
It's kind of like what Philly did. They tanked, got a bunch of superstars, kind of filtered them out, and then built everything around Embiid and Simmons. Now, the third way is the sustainable way, right? You have good scouts, you got good drafts, you maximize your talent, you find those hidden gems, and you compete. And that's because you can compete is how you draw that one piece that's going to put you over the top, right? Kawhi to Toronto, Hayward hasn't quite worked out because of that crazy ankle break, his very first game. But I think if he didn't get hurt, we would see a different Gordon Hayward and Butler, right? And you still have cap room flexibility, like Coach Riley, Pat Riley, is a cap genius,
big time,
master manipulator, right? To make it all work, he's done amazing stuff, right? But you're seeing this is the most sustainable way to build a team.
Yes.
Because the Raptors lost Kawhi, sure. Siakam filled in for a degree, but the potential's there for him to even go further.
Yeah, there's still lots of ascension for these teams.
Yeah. OG stepped up. Powell stepped up, sort of.
Freddie,
right?
too.
Freddie, big time, right? So, and you saw when Kyrie got hurt that first year, Tatum steps up, Brown steps up. These young guns just go in there and they're saying, "Hey, look at us."
Right.
And then the Heat, who everybody thought was just, fodder for the first round, are here one game away from the finals.
It's wild.
Versus the Clippers, who were expected to steamroll through everybody. And where's playoff P right now?
What was the one that Shaq called, Paul George?
Way off P. He called him way off P. It was amazing. Shaq's in a fool. Always catch that out. Shaq's in a fool. It's hilarious.
So yes, and to add on to what you're saying just quickly is that their sustained success, they will have sustained success for a while building that way. So that in 2 years, in maybe even 1 year, the Clippers could be totally different if Kawhi opts out.
Paul George done.
Their next draft pick will be 2027 first round.
Yeah, it's crazy. So like Montrezl Harrell might be gone next year.
Exactly.
So
I will say this to end the Heat and Celtics talk. I'll age us a little bit. Tyler Hero is the first player ever in the Eastern Conference Finals that's born in the 2000s.
Oof.
Born in the 2000s, and he's in the Eastern Conference Finals.
That's rough.
Yes, that's tough. Tough to hear. Well, let's hear a word from our sponsors. Have you ever heard of Vandalized? Vandalized is a gamer who streams on Twitch, twitch.tv. Gaming and esports has really taken off over these last 5 years. And it's up and coming for not only YouTube and Twitch, obviously, but it's also going to be into the sports networks within the next few years. It's a huge growing system. And anyways, Vandalized is my favorite gamer. He's working on joining a professional gaming team called FaZe. You can check him out on YouTube as well. You can actually hear a little bit about his story. And what makes Vandalized so unique is that he plays every console with the controller upside down. Yeah, he doesn't do it for fun. That's just the only way he knows how to play. He doesn't put any invert. He plays with it upside down. And then he talks a little bit of smack while he beats you. So check him out on twitch.tv. He's super fun. He's just celebrated 4 years of sobriety, so shout out to him. He's got a great story. Check him out on YouTube. Check out his twitch.tv. See this guy grow and follow him along. Okay, we're going to head to the NFL. And I wanted to sorry, we're not in the NFL yet. First, we're going to talk about the Blue Jays. Oh, my goodness. Blue Jays. First, the big number that we're looking at is 1. They are 1 win away, or 1, I believe, Seattle Mariners loss away from clinching a playoff spot. And they're only a few games back from moving up a little bit, too. They have 4 games left. They're playing the Yankees right now at the top of the 8th, and they're up 4-1. So I'm knocking on wood, but if this game ends before the broadcast is over, we are shouting at the Blue Jays for clinching a playoff spot. Absolutely. But I'm knocking on wood. Knocking on wood.
Here's the thing, okay? Since our last pod, the Blue Jays went on a little bit of like a mini dive.
Well, they started on a giant ascension.
It's a huge, it's been like rocket ship and then collapsed, and now we're back up again.
Yeah.
In like a span of 2 weeks, they went from being in playoff contention to nothing to playoff contention again. I know the Rays have wrapped up to the division, which is fine. Whatever. Who cares? Mm-hmm. It's about the Jays. And what's exciting is I think we talked about this with Drew, Sports Rev Drew, at the beginning. We said anything could happen.
That's right.
And even if the Jays lose in the first round of the playoffs, who cares? They weren't supposed to be there.
Yeah, that's great.
They weren't even supposed to be playing in Buffalo. Right? Like, it's just a stupid story. Like, this doesn't make any sense. It's 2020, COVID, whatever. It's wild. It's great. And even though there's 4 channels of Sportsnets and they all have the one Blue Jays game on them, it's okay.
There's actually 5. Right. They have a 4K channel dedicated, pretty much.
Yeah, which is just still playing the Blue Jays.
It's just beautiful.
Oh.
Okay, wow. I will say this. Go ahead.
I love it.
Yeah, I will say this.
Yeah.
There is a 5'8", 265-pound professional athlete that only played single A baseball that gives all us short fatties around a chance to believe in yourself, because this guy's, like I said, 5'8",
Preach.
and 65 pounds from Tijuana, Mexico. Alejandro Kirk went 4 for 4 in his MLB debut and also hit a dinger.
Yeah.
Incredibly.
It was amazing.
So, like, that's just a story I have to shout out. Huge. Just amazing. Had a tough go the next day, but that's also because we're faced an elite pitcher. But today is DHing for the Blue Jays.
What's his stats? Do you know?
His stats.
What's today so far? Like this reminds me of Moneyball at the very end, when they're showing kind of the end roll credits there, and there's a giant guy up the bat.
Yes.
He doesn't even realize he's crushed it out of the park.
Yeah, and he's sprinting, and he crosses first base, and he trips, right?
Yes.
Trying to crawl back to first base. Yes.
Because he thinks he's gonna get thrown out. Yeah, it's amazing.
And the first baseman's like, "Look, it went over." Yeah, that's great. Alejandro Kirk tonight has 1 hit and 2 RBIs.
Hey! There you go.
This guy is a legend. He's my hero.
He's a real Kung Fu Panda.
Yes. Okay, so we'll keep you guys up to date with our Blue Jays. We'll give them a shout out if the game's over. Let's hit the Stanley Cup Final.
Hit the rink, baby.
Stars are down 2-1 to the Tampa Bay Lightning. The return of Steven Stamkos after 211 days. He's just been chilling in the bubble, obviously working out, but a few skates, but that's it. And he comes, plays how many shifts?
5.
Scores on his first shot.
Just stupid.
Legendary.
Here's the thing. Okay, I picked the Western Conference to win.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. I'm not happy. Okay? Because, yes, that's a nice story, but the West was definitely tougher than the East. And you go through trial by fire, and I just really wanted me to be right for something.
Yeah.
So, Stars, pick it up.
The Stars dominated game 1.
Yeah, they played great.
Game 2, they killed themselves. They had, I think, 2 or 3 penalties, unnecessary penalties that led to power play goals. Tampa Bay has been struggling. Through the season, they had a good power play, and they've been struggling with their power play. Power play goals all day against the Stars. They shot themselves in the foot. They outplayed them that game, minus the unnecessary penalties, and they ended up losing. Then the return of Stamkos gives another boost. The Stars are in trouble. Let's see how resilient they really are. I know both goaltenders are great. Khudobin is next level to me, though. I think he's great. We'll see. I'm going Lightning to go up 3-1 tomorrow.
Oof.
They're gonna put a stronghold, their foothold on it. So
I'm being contrarian. Got the Stars coming back. 3-1, baby. 3-1.
All right, let's get into some NFL now. All right. I have to say this first. Dak Prescott and Hayden Hurst are working together. Dak has started a suicide prevention program, and Hayden Hurst heard Dak sharing his message and his heart, and it was pretty cool. It was during the game when they played last Sunday, where Hayden ran up to Dak and said, thanks for speaking out, thanks for sharing your heart on mental illness and the suicide prevention program. And they're working together now in the off season. They'll be putting together and growing their suicide prevention program, which is really cool. Have to shout that out. I love seeing stuff like that.
There shouldn't be a negative stigma around that kind of stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And it shows their heart too, right? They care. They don't have to do this. They don't have to put all their money into it and all that kind of stuff, but they care. And I love that. Now for NFL, we're going to continue this throughout the whole year. This is the Belichick versus Brady saga. The Pats are 1-1 and the Bucs are 1-1.
They're narrowly 1-1. Narrowly.
The Pats almost beat the Seahawks. The Bucs controlled it against the Panthers. Coach, what are your thoughts? The saga. Man. Start with the saga, the narrative.
Yeah, like this is turning out to be way more interesting than I thought it was going to be.
Yep.
To be honest, like I knew, Belichick, Brady, whatever. But this is something I actively look forward to after church on a Sunday is what's going to happen this week. I'm not a fan of the Bucs, but I like Tom Brady. So I gotta watch or at least pay attention to the games.
Yeah. And
that's just another thing to add to the list. But and like most of you people know, I'm not a huge NFL guy. I appreciate the game. I'm no sports rev Dan here with the play-by-plays and what do you call it, fantasy football, that kind of stuff. That's just not me. But I'm engaged because of this Belichick Brady stuff. And honestly, Belichick could have been up too. Should have been up too. Some phenomenal defense.
Let's start right there. That's where Cam Newton balled out, first of all. Controlled that game.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson, we talk about his greatness, went 3-and-out on that final drive that he had. They had to punt the ball away. Cam Newton marched it down the field, and basically it ended with a bad play call. Cam Newton, I guess, I don't know if the play was called for that or if Cam Newton changed it at the line, but Cam Newton took the blame for it. It was it worked 2 times before for him to just sneak it into the end zone, basically. Quarterback draw play almost. But they tried it. Seahawks read it, blew it up. Game over. They were 1 play away from beating the Seahawks, which is huge.
No easy feat.
Say again?
No easy feat to do that.
No, yeah, exactly. Seahawks are next level. And for the Patriots to be this good with all those guys that are sitting out, and obviously the loss of a few others, and then James White, tragically, did you hear about James White? His parents got in a car crash right before the game.
Yes.
Father passed away, and mother's in critical. So he obviously left, and so without James White, well, definitely prayers up for him and his family and all that. It's a horrible story. But with also that being said, awkward transition. They're missing lots of guys.
Yeah.
And the Patriots are right there with the elite,
which is incredible.
And on the other side, okay, I'll go to Brady. Brady has still looked to me pedestrian. They beat the Panthers 31-17. It should have been more dominant. Like, it should have been like, it's not like he's bombing the ball around and all that, right? It's week 2. I know.
If this was week 16, or maybe let's say 14, they're still in the playoff hunt trying to get some games, I'd be more worried.
Yeah. Give him the benefit of the doubt. You're right. But
T12, baby. T12.
So the saga, we're at 1-1. Yeah. For me right now, even though the records are the same, Patriots are a step ahead of the Buccaneers in my like race of who's doing better.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to give it to the Patriots because they narrowly lost the Seahawks, while the Bucs had a bigger gap between the Saints, right?
And all these teams had the opportunity that need a quarterback to sign Cam Newton. All these teams throughout the offseason.
No one knew how healthy he was going to be.
Still, Cam, to me, looks like an elite quarterback and is still an elite quarterback. And the best part, like, he's kind of obviously Bill Belichick's system helps him be more
durable.
What do you call it?
Durable.
No, not durable. Well, yeah, but I'm saying his throwing percentage is way higher than where it was. Yeah, efficient. Yes. So yes, Sega. Right now, I'm leaning Belichick. If it's Belichick versus Brady, right now I'm leaning Belichick
by a slight margin.
Slight margin.
All
right, what's next, Coach?
Okay. Let's talk about your boys.
Woohoo!
Ooh.
How about them Cowboys?
Talk about a comeback.
Classic Atlanta thing to do.
Like, I think I saw a stat that at one point in the game before the big comeback, the Falcons were like 95% chance of winning. Which is like, you don't understand how epic of a collapse this was. Stephen A put it in the best way possible. The Falcons are the dumbest team in the NFL. You don't have 5 to 10 guys who forget just to fall on the ball on the onside kick.
Yeah. They can fall on it anytime. They don't have to wait till the 10-yard line.
Telling me that these guys who get paid millions of dollars or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to do one thing. You're a special teamer. You go down, you either tackle the guy or you block the guy for the guy right behind you. You have one job.
They don't know the rules. They don't know the rules.
You know, if one guy just trips and falls, lands on top of the ball, game over.
Okay.
It's a whole different conversation.
This reminds me of, you can relate it to this, Coach.
Yeah.
You're coaching JV basketball. There's a student that comes to practice with full-on dental gear. They ask if they can still play, or do I have to take this off? They are late to practice because of this. Now, A, do you ream them out, coach them up a little bit here? Do you B, expect him to be and share expectations, or do you? Okay, no. Do you ream them out or do you coach them up? Basically, okay.
Look, in this scenario, it's a JV boys team. They're grade 9s and 10s. They're a bunch of goofs.
Right.
So of course I'm gonna coach them up a little bit. Be like, no, son, you can't play. You come to me at the varsity level and like, hey, coach, I got my headgear on. Can I play? You are getting reamed out of the gym.
And it makes you late for practice. All these things, okay? All these things. This is the National Football League, Coach.
This is the epitome of football.
This doesn't need, this is not on the coaches to, hold their hands and tell them this is the rules. This should be.
Honestly, the coaching staff was probably yelling at them just to fall over.
Maybe.
Just probably yelling and screaming.
Yeah, probably. And it was just hilarious. Honestly, hilarious. And that's what changed the game.
This was stupid. It was just the stupidest thing I've seen in my entire life.
And honestly, this whole game started out, as a Cowboys fan, started out stupid. Fumble, stupid, go for it on a punt, go for it on fourth. Just turnovers galore, okay? They gave this game away. They gave a half away.
And they came away with the win.
And they still came back. And that never happens in my lifetime, basically. Well, okay. The Cowboys were good when they were 93, but basically my lifetime, this is not the Cowboys way. We don't come back from winning, from losing, from
on your own style, baby.
Whenever they're up, they're good at controlling the lead, but they're not a comeback team. This gives me a little bit of hope.
If the Cowboys had lost this game, them starting the season 0-2, ooh, that's a tough conversation to have. Right, that's a tough conversation to have.
The Washington
them winning this game, I think them winning will help jumpstart some things.
And the big test is this Sunday. It's a huge, place to rate themselves. They're playing the Seahawks.
You want to jump right into that right now? Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. The Cowboys, they won. They played great in the second half. They should be.
All I can say is
I'm still mad that they gave away a first half. I'm glad they came back. They can't do that anymore.
But do you know when they do those blooper reels at the end of the year for sports?
Yeah.
This is going on it for sure.
Oh yeah, it's got to make a number one all-time list somehow.
Somewhere. Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about games of the week. Games to watch
of the week. I wanted to start with the Panthers and Chargers. Now, that's obviously not a headline. Say again?
This is very QB-focused games of the week.
Yes. And I'm not headlining ever Panthers and Chargers, but to see Justin Herbert go up against Patrick Mahomes, drop 311 passing yards on the Chiefs defense and take him to the brink of to overtime. Incredible. I'm excited to see what he can do.
With no practice time.
Exactly.
Tyrod Taylor, bless this man's heart, but gets a lung punctured by the doctor, which is, it's a very risky procedure apparently. I was reading up about it. The doc can't see where the needle's going. He just has to put it in the ribs and inject. But it was a very slim chance he get punctured the lung. Punctures the guy's lung.
Yeah.
And then Herbert's got to be like, oh, I'm starting today? Sure. Against the Chiefs? Okay.
And he looks great. He looks like the prototypical size quarterback. He's not small. He's 6'5", I think.
He's a big guy.
He's got a big arm. He can move. This guy looks like the number one pick that he was supposed to be a couple years ago. So it's pretty incredible. Pretty incredible. We're still waiting to see what Tua looks like. But the way Fitzpatrick's playing, he's playing. He's balling out. He's balling out right now on Thursday Night Football on one of the most boring games of all time.
That's why it's on Thursday. It should have been a Sunday noon o'clock start.
Yeah.
I gotta understand who in the world decided this would be a good idea.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's Thursday Night Football, so they know people will watch. Yes. It is what it is. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's get to the good stuff. Okay.
All right. Cowboys, Seahawks.
We got Cowboys, Seahawks. We got the old men, Packers, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, and the Saints.
The geriatrics game.
And it's kind of interesting because one team's on fire and one team's coming off a loss.
Okay, but Rodgers has looked amazing.
Unreal.
Father Time has been turned back.
And for Drew Brees, it's the opposite.
Yeah, it's been accelerating.
And they have no Michael Thomas.
Nope.
But it's a huge game. They don't want to go down 1-2.
No. The Packers start off 3-0. That's a big thing.
And then so both divisions are like, wow, this is just crazy. Yeah. Crazy.
The Packers need to win this.
Why?
Because they got to keep pressure on Seattle for the top seed in the NFC.
Yeah. And that's why the Seattle game is huge too. They got to take out the Cowboys, which I hope they don't. But they're favored for sure.
Yeah.
And then we have the Titan, the match of the Titans. Get your popcorn, get everything ready. This is the best Monday nighter that we're gonna see.
Gotta go for wings. Gotta go for wings on Monday night.
Chiefs, Ravens. Mahomes, Jackson. Last year's season MVP versus last year's Super Bowl MVP. Who do you got?
Oof. Chiefs by a landslide.
Oh, wow. Really?
I say this because it's going to be a hyped matchup, but Mahomes has played under way more pressure than Jackson has.
Yeah.
And, it's week 3 and whatever. I just think the Chiefs just come out and be like, you know what? Let's put a W on this baby. Let's sow some fear into the rest of the AFC and just run wild. Because it's not too cold. It's not too cold outside.
No
fans. It's just gonna be done.
I think the Ravens are a little bit. They have more of a chip on their shoulder. I think they'll want it more. It means more to them. If the Chiefs lose, they'll be like, okay, whatever. They're still the Chiefs. Ravens got something to prove. This is their measuring stick. So I'm gonna go Ravens. Lamar Jackson.
Close game or loose game?
Close game, high-scoring game. It's going to be fun.
35-17 Chiefs.
45-42.
Ooh. Okay.
Let's go.
Let's go. I like it.
Coach, let's go to our last commercial. Sponsored by us, the Sports Reverends. Friends, if you want to join the Sports Reverends team, here's the ways you can. We're looking for people to create sports clips and follow, obviously, Instagram and Facebook policies and make sports clips for different sports and be part of our social management team. We're looking for some people to help manage our website. We're looking for some people to help with selling and managing our ad campaigns. And we're also looking for some people to write about sports. You can write about your favorite sports team or the whole sport that you're in love with in general. This is great ways where you can be a part of us, part of the team, where we grow and you grow, and we all do this together. Join us today. Send us a DM. Hit us up on our social medias, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever it is. Hit us up. Facebook. See if you want to join the team. Join today. Coach, take us to closing.
Man, I think that's really cool. If you're somebody who's aspiring to write, the best way to learn is just by doing. And
We'll set you up.
Man, closing thoughts. What a wild, wild week in sports world. I'm loving it. I'm a little sad though. A little sad because the playoffs are ending.
Yeah.
That makes me sad a little bit because who knows when the next season's going to start. for both hockey and basketball.
Talking about
Major League.
December, January.
You know, they're talking about January starts, and that's tough.
It's a long way away.
Long ways away. But there's hope. There's hope. We still got major leagues. We still got football.
Football will carry us through.
Football carries through. They're working on a vaccine for COVID.
That's right.
You know, so there's hope going around, and I think that's something that we gotta keep our minds focused on, because the media is always going to be negative. But there's hope. Like even Dak, suicide prevention. He got roasted by what's his name? He's opposite of Shannon Sharp. The guy we all hate.
Yeah, Skip Bayless.
Skip Bayless. He got roasted by Skip Bayless. Needlessly. Recklessly. But he's doing an important thing.
That's right.
So have hope. When you guys are out there, be kind to each other. Love each other. Enjoy each other's company. That's it for me, man.
That's good. Let's hang on to that. Let's hang on to hope.
Let's hang on to
Spread
hope.
the love. Be good. Be good to others.
Absolutely.
Hang on to that, and peace out, world.
Peace.